Which is better, Honor of Kings or Mobile Legends? By the way guys, before we start this video, I just want to inform you about the free skin giveaway. If this video receives 500 likes, we will choose one of the commenters and we'll give away an elite skin. So to qualify, please like and subscribe and leave any comment, any at all. Do not share your password or your ID, just comment anything down below. Thank you very much. Let's start the video. So this video is actually from my very old post 11 months ago when I compared Mlbb and HOK. In this Reddit thread, you could just search it, HOK versus Mlbb, and this will be the first result in Reddit. So as you can see, this is mine. So that's my profile, you see. It has a lot of comments. So you can see even my link is in this Reddit account. You could also follow this Reddit account if you want. Now back to the video. So basically this is a comparison of Mlbb and Honor of Kings. And as you can see, I have a lot of issues with all of the other videos that are discussing this same issue, which is most of them are not helpful at all. Either that or most of them are from people who have no skin in the game. What do I mean by that? Basically, it's either one of the two people, like either they want to defend Mobile Legends or they want to defend Honor of Kings, and the other group people are maybe they're well-meaning but they have not played either game for a long time, as I did. So with Honor of Kings, I stopped playing it for a year because, you know, honestly the memory is too high actually, and I had to concentrate on one game and stop playing altogether. Even Mobile Legends, I quit from time to time, but I've been playing it for a long time. So I think I have full authority to compare both of the games, because to be honest, I love both games, and for each game to improve is basically an advantage to players. And I believe that competition is a really good thing for the players. You should really not be defending any company, either Moontoon or Tencent, which is the owner of HOK, because these are multi-billion-dollar companies. These are Chinese companies as well, and at the end of the day, they don't care about anything. They don't care about you. They only care about you buying skins from them. So without further ado, let's start this very honest comparison of Honor of Kings and Mobile Legends. I will be basing this on the content from my Reddit post, and we'll be making some modifications as well from that. Some things from that are not updated because I have started playing Honor of Kings again together with Mobile Legends. I did not quit ML, okay? I play both games, and I've noticed some improvements in both games. Not so much, but let's cover them here. Now let's start with some statements that people usually make. First is HOK has better matchmaking, HOK has better graphics, HOK copied Mlbb or vice versa, and HOK has cheaper skins, HOK is less toxic, and HOK has better gameplay overall. Okay, so let's start with the matchmaking. Basically, to be honest, after testing it out, it's the same. They're both the same. So you have the same matchmaking. You'll be matched. You can be matched with Dark System. You could be matched with great players from China, and you could be matched with fools that don't know what they're doing. So as you can see, I've even posted here a screenshot. So sometimes when I play jungler, these people come out, they're very toxic. They will just farm your buffs at the first minute of the game, which is really bad. And this is even worse in HOK than in Mobile Legends, because in Mobile Legends you cannot just easily steal the buff in the first 5 minutes of the game, because the buffs are really, they in buffs in Mobile Legends, they are very they are very tough, and you cannot kill them very easily unless you have retribution spell, and unless you have the jungling equipment. So it's even worse in Hawk. If your teammates decide to steal your buff, there's not really nothing you can do about it. Plus, in Honor of Kings, even if someone is really really close to your buff, they're gonna steal some of the experience. That's what you need to keep in mind. It's really hard to play jungler in Hawk, although in Hawk, the jungler basically carries the game. If you have a very bad jungler, you're fucked. Your game is, you're done. Your game is done. It's really hard to have a comeback in Hawk. Unlike in ML, where it's really easy to come back. So in Hawk, basically the difference is you need to play more passively than in ML, because in Hawk the CC time is really long. Okay, there's really long CC. Sometimes CC lasts for like 10 seconds or 8 seconds, and you could be chain CCs by, you could have chain CC with Mossy, who will electrocute you, and then Do Huang will just suck you in, and I forgot the name of the mage who will also suck you in like Do Huang, and then you will also be hooked. And then there's a hooker as well here in Hawk. He's like Franco, but his CC is longer than Franco. His third skill is also the same as Franco, but it's longer as well. So that's what you need to keep in mind. It's really hard to carry the game, and you will have basically longer CC. And if your teammates start to troll, there's really nothing you can do. And sometimes you'll get teammates more often who do not even like to get objectives. Unlike in ML, yeah, they're more toxic. But in my experience, even in some even the toxic people, even the most dark systems, they know it's turtle time. Some of them might not help, but they would demand turtle. Okay, that's my point. They already know what to do. They know that it's turtle time. It's turtle time. Unless you're in Grandmaster or below, people don't care. They just farm. Unless you get team up with Smurfs, like one of my accounts, it's a Smurf. And now to a very important topic, which is lane selection. In both Honor of Kings and Mobile Legends, you need to select two lanes when you reach a certain point if you want to play rank. So I find it a little better. I'm gonna give this section to Hawk. This is a win for Hawk, obviously, because in Honor of Kings you choose two lanes, and one of the lane that you choose is going to be your main lane. So basically, the first one that you choose. So on both games, I choose farm lane or gold lane, and then mid lane. So more, I noticed that when I play solo, more often than not, and I play solo 90% of the time, more often than not, I get farm lane in Honor of Kings, while on ML, I rarely get I rarely get the marksman role unless I play duo, in which case we choose both lanes and then we'll just swap with each other. So that's actually how you get your desired lane in Mobile Legends. That is because in Mobile Legends, both of the lanes that you choose are treated equally. So there's 50% chance that you're gonna get which lane that you chosen. So both of the lanes are gonna be treated equally. And if there are more players choosing the lane that you actually prefer, good luck with that. So that's why I choose the mid lane, because actually the mid lane, the mages, there's many players as well who want to play mages as well as marksman, so at least you have a chance. Because if you choose gold lane and like XP lane, so that's there's a lesser chance that I'm gonna get the marksman lane, right? And but with Hawk, if you, I more often than not, I don't usually get the mid lane in Honor of Kings. That's because it actually prioritizes the main lane that you chosen. So I guess with this one, Hawk wins in this section. So keep that in mind if you want to play solo on both games. And on that point, let's go to another important topic, which is reporting. Reporting is the same, so there's really no difference in between Hawk and ML. With reporting, you could report someone for bad behavior, but in my opinion or in my experience, the rate of approval for the infractions are basically the same. You could report. It's in both games. It's easy to report feeders because if they feed a lot, it's gonna be easy. It's going to be automatically approved. If someone stole a lane, it's also easy. If they chose someone that's not really a proper, but it's really not easy to report someone. For example, if their clash lane they chose a marksman in clash lane, it's not easy to report that unless they really suck and they really fed. But in both games, it's really hard to report someone who does not do their job. For example, if your jungler does not get objectives, but he was getting a lot of kills and he's steamrolling, but he gives away all the dragons and basically the enemy won because of that. That happens a lot in Hawk. Remember that. You cannot report them that easily if they really did. If they did not feed, unless they fed, it's easy to report them. So it's equal in Hawk and in Mlbb with what you can, with the rate of the report and with the rate of a report being successful. It's the same. Also, the inappropriate speech is present in both games. So just to be safe, don't talk in game. But I get reported less in Hawk, even if I become toxic. I guess it's because of the nationality. Most of the people that you play in Hawk or play against in Hawk are not the same nationality. It's a mixed server, which leads to another point: the connectivity. The connectivity is basically Hawk takes it. It takes it from ML. ML has really bad connectivity. Their servers cannot really mix the servers. You're gonna get a high ping. For example, if you play with someone from another server, you play with someone from India, for example, you're in the Philippines, all of your pings are really gonna get really bad. So you'll have a ping of like 60 in Mobile Legends. But in Hawk, you play with other nations all the time. There's no problem. The ping is the same. You're not lagging. All of you are not lagging, which is really funny. Okay, if you think about it, it's really funny. You play with foreigners all the time. It's only recently that there's a lot of Filipinos in Hawk that I could play with. Sometimes I even get a full Filipino flag in Honor of Kings nowadays, which was rare when I started playing Hawk like 1 year ago, which is an improvement, I guess. So there's many players in Hawk now. There's more than what it used to be. But then, yeah, then again, they take the cake for that. And Hawk has better connectivity. Maybe it's because it's Tencent. Of course, it's Tencent. And they've been around longer than Mobile Legends. So I guess it's only natural that they do that. Now let's bring up another thing that I really like in Hawk, which is, if you have not noticed, this video is filled with highlights. So these highlights from Hawk, I did not make them myself. They are automatically generated in the game. So when you play and you have a good performance, the game would automatically generate highlights. And the best part is that these highlights are present in Hawk Camp. You can just search online Hawk Camp, and then you could log into the account that you're using in Hawk Camp. So I hope ML really does this, because this make things a whole lot easier for streamers, content creators, not only from them but from casual players as well who just want to show off on TikTok their highlights. So if you got a triple kill, you'll get a highlight automatically. If you got a maniac or you got a quadra kill, you can get a pentakill, you could get a highlight. If you got an MVP, you'll gotta get highlights for that as well. But you cannot choose, okay? The game will still choose. So in ML, they used to do that. They used to have the highlights, but I guess they're taking it back. In one of my videos, I discussed about this thing that you see in every match. This is testing for the highlights feature thing. So they're bringing back the highlights. Let's pray that that's gonna be possible. In ML, how they used to do highlights is basically after every game, they will ask you if you want highlights for that game. But the thing in ML is that the highlights are stored locally, so you need to have at least 3 gigabytes of space for your game to generate highlights. If not, then good luck. And ML does not have something like the HOK camp, which you could access your account there, your information. You could even share your HOK camp to others for them to see your stats, your friends in game. You can also see their stats, the heroes they use, their history, and you could also get from that the compilation of the highlights that was generated in your account, which is really a good thing. I hope ML does that as well. And it's possible since there's two games and right now they're competing, and therefore that is possible indeed. So another point that I want to suggest, I hope Hawk has this like Brawl. So as you can see, this highlight is from a Brawl. Basically, this is a Brawl from ML. So in Mlbb, there's a game system called Brawl. Basically, this is not rank. It's really low risk, and the game will give you random heroes. You could switch limited in a limited amount. You could switch heroes. Basically, it'll give you two heroes, and sometimes before the feature was not possible that if your team switches out a hero, you could choose them. But now you could do that as well. But this is a really good thing for MML. For one, you could farm battle points from this one, or the gold you could farm that from Brawl, because Brawl is very fast, and this is also a good way to learn heroes. So that's why most veteran players in ML know how each and every hero works. This is not present in Hawk. You need to do like their classic or the Hero's Gorge for you to be able to test out new heroes. But in ML, it's possible. The brawls last for less than 10 minutes or 5 minutes. So if it goes, sometimes it goes longer, okay? But that's the thing. You could train if there's an event that you need to farm wins or you need to farm games, but you don't want to play rank because you don't want to risk rank, or you just don't feel like playing a long game, then you can do Brawl. I hope Honor of Kings has this game mode as well. This is a really good gameplay. Okay, now let's talk about graphics. So the thing that led me to making the post in Reddit is the graphic statement. I have seen how Hawk looks like in gameplay even before trying it out, and I don't know what these guys were smoking, and I just like that I tried out Hawk, and I got hooked. I got hooked with Hawk. No pun intended. But seriously, I don't know why they're smoking. Basically, the graphics are good. The graphics are great. You can even see the leaves moving, and that's also the thing in Hawk. If you compare Hawk and Mobile Legends, if you do the highest graphics settings for both games, your phone might get hot when you play Hawk. In comparison with ML, my phone never gets hot on Mlbb right now. An average phone will not get hot, even on max settings on Mobile Legends Bang Bang. That's the thing. The graphics for Mobile Legends, basically, it's more streamlined and it reacts more and it's more sensitive. It's really hard to explain unless you play both games or you have played ML for a long time. But basically, MLBB's graphics is more optimized than in Hawk. In Hawk, sometimes it feels like your hero reacts slower. Maybe because the map is bigger, I don't know. But that's the thing. It's smoother. The movements are smoother in Mobile Legends than in Honor of Kings. That's a fact. You could even try it. You can fight me on that. You could try both games. That's what you will notice. Unless you're really blinded and you really want to defend Honor of Kings, which is not good. We cannot be defending these companies. We need to be open to their criticisms. We need to be open to their flaws, because we could love something while recognizing there's a flaw, and that's one flaw. Hawk could use a smoother gameplay, but their graphics are really awesome, and the effects of the skins are really awesome as well. But I really don't like their recalls. The fancy skins have recalls. They have very nice recalls, but that it's not like in ML. Okay, the ML, the recalls are really dope, and But that's also a bad thing because it's gonna even the recalls in ML you could spend a lot of money, but you cannot recall spam in Honor of Kings. Okay, that's only in ML. You're gonna miss that in ML. You're gonna miss as well the toxicity. Yes, I said it. It's more toxic in ML. The people there's really more ways to get toxic in ML. In ML, it's really easy to type. It's really easy to send an angry message. In Hawk, it's much harder to type in game. Also, you can get CC'd for 10 seconds while you type, so maybe that's one of the reasons. But in ML, it's really, I think it's a culture. So sometimes you'll have the funny drafts, and the people who do funny things, especially in classic and ML, you're gonna miss that. Those things are not in Hawk. In a way, it makes things kind of boring, doesn't it? So that's the thing. So the graphics are really amazing in Hawk, but they could use a smoother UI. Plus, their UI is really really old, as you can see in the screenshots or in the screen recordings that I have. Their UI is kind of looks very old for a game that is from 2015. It's like looking at ML way back in before the 2.0 and before the revamp of the whole thing. It's really bad. I hope Hawk improves on that as well. The UI sucks in Hawk. The UI is better in Mobile Legends, and in Hawk the graphics are amazing. The engine, the physics engine is also amazing in Honor of Kings. Okay, now I'm gonna want to also comment on something about the gameplay, which is also the difference in Lifebane items, basically the anti-heal. So in Mlbb, the healers are quite meta nowadays because they nerfed the anti-heal. The anti-heal in ML is 60%, but you know what, in Hawk, the max anti-heal is just 30%. So the anti-heal items in Hawk are not even worth building. So keep that in mind. In ML, the anti-heal kind of works. They work. They're really important. You need to build them. But in Honor of Kings, the Lifebane items are not worth it at all. So just keep that in mind. Now with the issue as well with Hawk copied ML and Mlbb copied Hawk, let's just skip that topic because of course they both copied each other. You see earlier I have some gameplays and highlights of the hero called Marco Polo. Some people say that they stole it from Granger or something and from Claude, but that's funny because that's basically how Clint worked. It's the exact kit of Clint way back in the day. Basically, Clint's skill 1 is basically Granger's skill 1, and the ulti of Claude, they actually took it from Clint as well. So that's what they came from, and Marco Polo still has that, and his base skin kind of also looks like the young Clint, and that's what you're gonna see in the thumbnail as well. So of course they copied each other. These are both Chinese companies, and it's in their culture. If you don't agree with them copying stuff, with them ripping off brands, then you're racist. You're culturally misappropriating these people. And of course you can expect that. There's some heroes in ML that are copied from Hawk, and most of them are copied from League as well. And some heroes in Hawk are also copied from ML. You could expect that. It's really pointless to research which is which and which hero came first, because some people even worked in the same company before and had that idea and things like that, which you cannot know, right? You cannot know that, and somehow this hero gets released first before this hero. You cannot know that as well. So it really doesn't make sense. And Mlbb, yes, they copied League, but where did League get this idea of MOBA? Isn't it also from Dota? Dota came first, right? And back then we did not even have Dota. We just had skirmishes. We just played Skirmish and Warcraft, Frozen Throne. That's it. We just played that thing, and then up came the Dota. And so people are playing in LAN games and they're cursing at each other in the computer shops, and that made a culture of MOBA. So that's where this came from. It really does not make any sense to discuss this topic. But you know what I really like about HOK as well is this thing that you're seeing right now. This is Musashi. There's really no samurai, real samurai in Mobile Legends. Maybe some skins. The lucky skin of Saber. That's Onimusha. But you know it's really hard to get that. But you know this skin is really good. This is actually a limited skin of Musashi. It's really pretty. As you can see that, and that's the thing. So let's get to the topic of skins. So skins are really cheap in Honor of Kings. I even have a video of a draw. That's I got the Conan skins. That's a collab skin. They label it as precious, and it's really cheap. It's half the price of what you'll get in not even collab skins, not even the Metro Zero skins and stuff like that. That's really expensive in Mobile Legends. You'll spend like maybe something like 3,000 something or 4,000. The extra one I got for 3,800 crystals. Yeah, diamonds. 3,800 diamonds. So it's not really that great. In HOK, you'll spend like 2,000 something for a collab skin, which is really nice. And they might have some features as well. So in HOK wins with that. HOK has cheaper skins, and honestly they're better looking. But you know, forget about the recall. Again, that's my problem. I hope they make the recall spammable. You can only spam recall in HOK if you walk, but that sucks, you know. So what else do we need to talk about? So HOK has better gameplay. So the way it looks and the gameplay, they're two different things, okay? I see heroes in HOK having some unique gimmicks. So maybe Mlbb could learn from that. The tank items are a lot of fun in Honor of Kings, and there are so many effects. The gauntlet gives a passive inactive, where the passive buffs helps you when the HP falls and your active is HP, but it also gives you a shield. So that the blood rage thing. So I feel we need more items like that in Mlbb. To be honest, there's really so few items in Mlbb. But you know what I love about Mlbb is that they have emblems, and the emblems have talents. So you could select talent. Before you cannot even make custom build talents and emblems. Now you could create custom build talents and emblems in Mobile Legends. In HOK, that is not the case. They have the thing called Arcana, and the Arcana just increases your stats. They don't have the talents like they don't have something like the quantum charge. They don't have something like the pull yourself together, those kinds of effects. That's what we need. We need that in HOK as well. Please HOK, please do that. We need talents as well in Honor of Kings. So in HOK, there's something like an armor meta for junglers. In Mobile Legends, that's kind of the case nowadays, but not so much as that one in HOK. So the friend thing, so that's part of the gameplay, right? Adding friends is really annoying in Mobile Legends because you can only add so many people. Even if you're Starlight forever, you'll run out of friends to add. In Honor of Kings, that's not the case. You can add as many friends as you like. There's no problem. So overall, the game has its charms. The graphics for both in ML, you need 8 gigabytes or something, 8 to 9 gigabytes. In HOK, you need more, like more than 10 gigabytes. So HOK Pros is very easy to max the Arcana in HOK, and in Mobile Legends it's not really easy. My Smurf is even not maxed out in Mobile Legends, and that could be considered pay to win in Mobile Legends if you're a new player. But if you're an old player, you could max that out in no time as well. Okay. So I hope both games improve with this review. So I hope you guys enjoy, and please subscribe for more videos like this. If I forgot something, if I forgot to compare something else, then please comment down below what you think, what Do you like to play more Hawk or Mobile Legends? Peace.